I never imagined my quiet retreat at Willow Creek would turn into a battlefield, but that's exactly what happened back in the summer of 2018. I'd bought that cozy cabin on the edge of the reservoir to escape the chaos of city living mornings with hot coffee, watching the mist rise off the water, evenings with the sun dipping behind the hills. It was my sanctuary, built on memories with my old man. But then came the letter that shattered the peace. It arrived on a crisp June morning, stamped with the fancy emblem of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. Dear Mr. Harlan, it read, and right away, I knew trouble was brewing. The board, led by their new president Victoria Langford, had deemed my well-worn trail to the water an eyesore that clashed with their vision for upscale community upgrades. Cease and desist immediately, or face fines. I'd been trekking that dirt path for over a year, since moving in straight from my backyard through a cluster of pines to the shore. It wasn't hurting a soul, barely visible from the road. But Victoria, with her ironclad rules, saw it as a blight on her perfect neighborhood. I tried reasoning first, like any sane person would. Called the HOA office, got a young receptionist who sounded overwhelmed. Board decisions are final, sir. You should have attended the meeting. Meeting? What meeting? Turns out, the notice was tacked up on a bulletin board at the community hall. A good 4 miles away might as well have been on another planet. No email, no mailer, nothing. Frustration boiled over, but I kept my cool. Until, 3 days later, I woke to the rumble of trucks in my yard. Orange safety netting snaked across my property like a scar, signs screaming construction zone, no entry. Workers shrugged when I stormed out in my robe. Boss lady's orders. And there she was, Victoria Langford, clipboard in hand, designer boots spotless amid the mud. Her blazer screamed boardroom, not backwoods. This is for the greater good, Mr. Harlan, she said, eyes scanning the water like it was her kingdom. We're enhancing lakefront access for everyone. Your shortcut doesn't fit the plan. Enhancing? It felt like erasure. The detour she suggested was a half-mile slog down a slippery slope that turned to sludge in the rain. I'd left the rat race for freedom, and now some self-appointed queen was fencing it off. That evening, slogging through the muck to reach the shore, I felt the weight of it all. This wasn't just about a path. It was about control, about someone deciding my slice of heaven wasn't mine anymore. I called Edward Mills, a retired attorney down the road who'd helped with my closing papers. Classic easement fight, he grumbled. These HOAs get a taste of power and think they rule the roost. He dug into county records and called back, buzzing with excitement. Get to the courthouse. We've got gold. The map from 1968 was a relic faded ink showing my trail as a mandated public easement, etched in when the area was developed. They can't touch it, Edward said, eyes gleaming. It's protected by law. Relief washed over me like a cool breeze, but he warned, proving it is one thing, enforcing it is war. Armed with copies, I ordered a sturdy sign, public easement, protected access by county law. Hammered it in at dawn, right where everyone could see. Neighbors whispered brave or foolhardy, but it sparked something. Folks started chatting, questioning Victoria's iron fist. She showed up by noon, fuming in my driveway. Unauthorized signage violates standards, but she couldn't refute the facts. Her words danced around the truth, and for once, I saw her falter. Word spread like wildfire. Emails flew, signs popped up demanding bylaw transparency. Then came the bulldozers at sunrise, engines growling like beasts. Victoria oversaw it all, renovating for aesthetics, drainage, stones, plants. It'll be closed for months. Months? This was sabotage, plain and simple. My blood ran hot as they ripped up the earth, but then sunlight caught the plaque on my pier, built 1967 D. Harlan and Son. Dad and I had sweated over that with the year I finished school. Edward's words echoed. Pre-1970 builds were grandfathered, immune to modern codes. I held my tongue, watching them dig their hole deeper. Called Edward. Confirmed the pier's status. He laughed. Untouchable, David. Let them bury themselves. Meanwhile, I printed flyers. HOA woes? Share your story. Calls poured in. An old couple fined for wrong shrubs, a baker banned from a yard sign, while board members flaunted theirs. Hypocrisy piled up. Even insiders whispered. Victoria ruled solo, faking votes, targeting the weak. She was building an empire on fear. Bumped into her at the market, her grip crushing an orange as I smiled mysteriously. Lovely weather, Victoria. She froze, suspicion in her eyes. Mediation Lumita County session to hash it out. Edward and I arrived early. She brought a slick lawyer, spouting jargon about regulatory frameworks. But Edward slapped down the map. Public easement, folks. End of story. Silence hit like thunder. Their arguments crumbled. We won restoration, costs covered, plus a penalty. Victoria signed, seething. This isn't over. Enjoy your path for now. She pivoted to safety audits on waterfront builds, zeroing in on my peer. Nathan Brooks, the inspector, arrived professional but thorough. As he probed beams, I unearthed Dad's notebook sketches from '67. Nathan's eyes widened, grandfathered and solid. No changes required. His report? A shield. Victoria showed up defeated, report in hand. It complies. But her retreat felt ominous. I called a town hall meet, inviting a local reporter. 40 souls packed in, airing grievances, fines for flowers, fear of reprisal. Victoria strutted in confident, but faces hardened. The vote of no confidence. Unanimous. She fled, empire shattered. New board apologized, offered to lease my pier. No fee, I said. It's for all, but mine forever in writing. Victoria vanished to some fortress condo. Now, families picnic on the pier, kids dive in, neighbors wave like kin. What started as my fight became our stand against tyranny. But was it worth the scars? Ever faced a bully with a badge? Would you fight back or flee? Should HOAs hold such power, or are they just legalized mobs? Drop your thoughts below. Did I go too far, or not far enough? Like if this fired you up, subscribe for more real-life showdowns, and hit that bell. Your stories might be next.